So he'll come in from the sun, so we can't see him. And that's how he would attack birds and things like that.
Oh, I see.
So they can't see him.
Oh!
And there you go. So you probably didn't notice that, but once he touches that, basically as he's coming in, I throw it straight up in the air, making him stick on the brakes and go up. And that slows him down because these guys don't stop and start really
I was
quick.
wondering how you...
Yeah, and it's only a small little leather strip with wings tied onto it, so it's very easy to catch. Now he can hit a bird at 200 miles an hour with his back talon. And if he stoops down below it and then pulls 12G, he'll come up and hit it with 12 times his body weight.
12G?
Yeah, he can take 25G, okay? We pass out at 5.
Yeah.
His compression suit, our copy of his compression suit, we can take 9. But still, it's like an elephant sitting on your chest, okay? So basically everything
My
we've learned
goodness.
about jet-propelled flight and aerodynamics is from him, the Peregrine, because they are the fastest of all the falcons. And down to his teardrop shape, to his bone structure, to, like, he can breathe in and out at the same time. He can breathe through his bones. He's got a hollow skeletal system, which we don't have. We're going to swap him over here. Hugo! Don't eat that, that's the food. Alright, now he's hiding it from us. This is called mantling. And a lot of phrases in the English language, as well as every other language, come from falconry because it's older than Christianity and the written word, falconry. It's recognised by UNESCO as a living human heritage art, so they can't get rid of us. We've been around before everything else. And when you hunt with a falcon or a hawk, you're hunting by natural selection. It's actually the only type of hunting, apart from, say, managing a deer herd, that you know the members. The stalker will know which deer to take because he'll know them individually. But other than that, if you're just going out hunting, it's very hard to hunt by natural selection. But when you have a falcon waiting on up there at 1,000 feet over your pointing dog, the minute you flush whatever those birds are underneath him, may it be ducks or grouse or snipe, he'll inherently know which one is the weak one, because that's what he's designed to do. He's designed to weed out the weak. So only the strong get to breed and pass on their genes, and that's how the world works, and that's how it's always worked, you know. We've got about 200 million species, but only one of them doesn't work like that anymore.
We would like it to.
It's broken. Yeah. But anyway, so only 1 out of 3 falcons makes it past his first winter in the wild. They have a 64% mortality rate in the first year, and that's down to work-related injury. If you're not a good pilot, you're traveling around at 200 miles an hour, you're going to crash and burn. So, yes. Yeah. Now, Hugo, you having your crunchies? So today is his fat day. Tomorrow's his day off. So he can have as much as he likes now, and he's going to be like a little piglet. Now, he flew very well there, I have to say. He flew very, very well. Once he gets going, he's great. Aren't you, Hugo? Here, have some chicken as well. Go on. So we feed them day-old chickens. 51% of chickens born are male. If you're trying to record, I'll come this side. Make it easier for you guys. There you go. You can see them.
That's perfect.
Yeah, out of the light. So 51% of chickens born are male and are a byproduct of the human chicken industry. So they're used as zoo food because they're a very complete food. There's about 8 vitamins in that chicken. You know, we go on about our 5 a day, but he gets his 8 a day from that, you know, so, yeah.
So I thought you were holding his feet earlier, and
No.
that's not his feet.
No, they're just his
That's his
jesses.
dinner's
Actually,
feet.
I'm not holding anything. I was just holding the food.
That's what I realized.
That was his dinner's
That
food.
was his dinner's feet.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's dinner's feet,
that's
Hugo.
cute.
Yeah. Now,
Does he eat bones and all, or just
oh yeah,
the meat?
bones, beaks, teeth, skulls, everything. He's a bird recycling center. That's what he does. He turns bones into birds into fertilizer.
Now, do they regurgitate like an owl?
Yes, but
Okay.
the only difference between owls, well, there's a lot of difference, but the main difference in that is that he'll have no bones in his, because he digests the bones. And really, reason for that is he's got a
Okay.
crop, and the crop is a pocket where he holds his food, and he can hold a full pigeon in there.
Is that under
Yeah,
here?
and he doesn't need to eat then for about 3 or 4 days. So in New
Okay.
York, they released 16 breeding pairs of these into the city to control the 8 million pigeons, okay?
They do?
They did.
They did.
They did, and they're breeding successfully. You can watch them. There was a big thing in the papers over there and in the press, pale mail and all this kind of stuff. And there was actually a building where they were going to move their nest, and people was an uproar, and they couldn't do it because of the birds, you know. So they, boy, Hugo, get your stuff in there. So basically, they had cameras on the nest ledges. So I remember meeting a guy, and he said, on my office window, peregrines nest and have chicks. And I was like, I can't talk to you anymore. This is just ridiculous, like, you know, going to work, you know, busman's holiday, like, see wild peregrines nesting and feeding their young on your ledge.
Are peregrines indigenous to the States?
They are. And actually, would you believe there was only 3 pairs of peregrines left after DDT? Now they're an indicator species.
We just about lost the eagle.
Yes, exactly, and everything else. Now they could see because of the peregrines. What was happening was the eggshells were becoming soft,
Very thin,
and so they were smashing them. So there was none left. So because they figured that out, that allowed them to see that actually DDT was carcinogenic to us as well and everything else. So, you know, they had that little ad on TV with the little cartoon things. DDT is good for you, it's good for me, and it's like pure poison. But but that was the ad. I've seen it on the TV on the internet. But so we saw there was a problem with these guys, and then falconers and ornithologists begun putting them back. Okay, and when they wanted to put them back, there's a great book. It's called there's 2 books, Equinox and The Rites of Autumn, both written by Dan O'Brien or Dan O'Brien, Brian or something like that. But all right. You should read them. They're good books, even if you knew nothing about falconry. They're great about America and about American wildlife and stuff like that. But he was one of the guys who put them back, and one of the other guys said to him, so how do we know where to find the nests so we can go and see are there peregrines there, so we can take some eggs, incubate them, and then breed up the stock and start putting them back. And he was, how do we know where to look for them, and how do we know where to put the nests? He said, we go to the travel agent. And he was like, what do you mean the travel agent? Yeah, we go to the travel agent. So he went down to the, where you book your flights, or the tourist office. So he went to the tourist office, and on the stand with all the postcards and all the finest lookout points from Rocky, there. And when they went there were the falcons, because they have the same aesthetic sort of view as ourselves, being an apex predator. If I were a falcon, that's where I'd be, and that's how you would find them, you know. And they did, and so they released them, but they had awful problems with eagles killing the chicks and all kinds of stuff. But all right, Hugo, put on your hood for a second. Put on your hood. Okay, so
what's the hood do?
He's hoodwinked into thinking it's nighttime, and that gives me a second to get the rest of his food ready, because his kung fu is faster than mine. And he would, there you go. He would get it before I'd get it to my hand.
Really?
Yeah,
He'd come
he's
over.
fast. He would just whoosh. I would get to about here, and then he'd be stuck to me trying to get the chicken. And he's got very sharp claws. Yes, there you go. All right.
There we go.
So long wings, you see his longest feather is his thumb. A hawk's longest feather is his ring finger. That's what gives them a different shaped wing.
Okay.
You see the length of his tail? It's way shorter than his wings. So falcons are known as the long wings. They only operate out here in open sky. They can't fly in the forest. No brakes, no rudder. Okay. The jet engine was designed on his nostrils. You see the intake? See the air intake?
Yeah.
See the dot in a cone shape? Well, Mr. Whitler, who invented the jet engine, thought, how can we stop the engine from blowing out at high speed? How does a falcon breathe? And that's what he did. So the dot on the cone shape in the jet engine, we got from him. The compression suit, we got from him. All this kind of stuff. So you've got a kind of a thing here where you've got a very powerful creature, but a very delicate creature. Okay? So, that's why only 1 out of 3 makes it past the first winter. If he makes one mistake at high speed, he's doomed.
He's got a very strong pronounced wing structure.
Yes.
He's got a lot of lift.
He's got a lot of lift. He's got positive dihedral.
Yeah.
Whereas the goshawk actually has negative.
It's constantly
the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like that spy plane.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. So goshawks are a different design, and goshawks are amazing because they can fly through the forest there, 60, 70 miles an hour and not touch anything. Yeah. Their tail acts like a third wing, so they can pull in their other 2 wings and still glide and use their feet to bounce off tree stumps and all kinds of things. So, yeah.
How much can he lift?
This guy, He wouldn't
Aw.
lift an awful lot, you know, but he would, I suppose, a pigeon. He'd be able to carry a pigeon. What's going on? You just saw the head or something, did
He's
you?
eating the chicken's face.
Yeah, it's chicken. What's he seeing? Now he can. Oh, look, guys.
What is that?
Bird of prey. Okay.
Oh.
That's a buzzard. Is it a buzzard? It is. Now, buzzard to you is a turkey vulture, but buteo is the common buzzard, European buzzard, and it's like a red tail.